Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Libras in mid-June? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra. Mid-June, what is the energy? What's the vibe for my good friends? And we're still using the Creepy Alice deck. And I think I told you last week, she's probably going to stick around for a little while. Okay, a moment's regret, interesting. So there could be something that's weighing heavy on someone's mind. Now, I always say with this deck, we don't always just take the literal meaning or the imagery in itself. To me, there's just like a ton of mental action. I mean, Libras are very well known for having active minds. That's what I'm picking up right here. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So yeah, we see Alice. She's sitting there, she's pondering, she's thinking, a moment's regret. Now, we could take this seriously. For some Libras, maybe there is something you wish you could have handled it a different way, or maybe you should have handled it a different way, or maybe there's someone you're connected to that was like, you know what, maybe I could have done this instead, or I should have done this instead. It's giving me that coulda, shoulda, woulda type of energy when I see this card. But the main overarching theme, I already mentioned it to me, it's just somebody thinking about something from a lot of different angles. Like, all right, well, if I do this, then that would happen. But what if I did this and then that would happen? There's just like an extreme amount of mental action going into something. So if that's not you, if you're cool, if you're chilling, this could be someone you're connected to, and you might be picking up on those vibrations a little bit here. I would also urge, when I see a card like this, just be cautious, especially when I see anything involving like regret and stuff like that, because it could be spirit just telling you, like, Libra, just nice and easy, nice and slow, whatever that might be. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It was intriguing to me. The reading was titled Big Action Income. And so it was like someone getting ready to make some sort of move, or an energy that might seem stuck actually starts shifting in a pretty big way. So that could really present itself in a lot of different ways. That could represent like work and career, business. It could be personal relationships. To me, it's something that it was on the go, or it was about to be. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my lovely Libra friends. What is happening? Pardon me. So what do we got? Thank you. All right, we got the Fool card in position number 1. I like it. So yeah, talk about action, talk about movement. Big Aries energy leading off for you. So we're going to get him tucked in by the amethyst. Let's get one more. I always love when there's an action card in the first spot. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is looking pretty good so far, Libra. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let's get one more. Thank you. 3 Cups, good stuff. Good stuff. Now, every card is dualistic. That's one thing I will say. Every card has a duality to it. I think all of you know that by now. But all of these cards lean pretty positive. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic of how this might turn out this week. But we're going to have to see, right? Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have a nice mixture of elements happening this week. And you know, I always like to look at the elements because it informs us how the energy's moving, different areas of life. We have fire, which is very complementary to Libra's. Big Aries energy, that's your zodiacal sister sign. So when I see that card right in the first position, it's like, yeah, all right, the energy's going to start flowing. It's going to start moving really good, especially with the fire. That's passion, that's drive, that's desire. In the center, we have Earth. That's more of the material world. It's a little slower. It's like not really rushing anything. So I like the pace at which the energy seems to be flowing here. It's like, oh, right on schedule. Right on schedule. It's moving how it needs to move, which seems okay. And then we have water here on the back end. Emotional, but that's a happy card. It's like emotions. So we have like communication, we have group settings, we have other people, we have your energy. So it seems like a pretty good mixture on the surface. We're going to have to clarify, of course, but let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. So position number one, once again, we have our good friend, the protagonist of the tarot deck, the Fool himself. So again, you might be connected to an Aries. If that's not the case, first of the major arcana. So this is a great card for fresh, for new. So whether it's new beginnings, whether it's just like, hey, I'm going to go do this now. It's an energy that doesn't quite feel stuck, at least on the surface. I really love this card. And I'm not saying that just because I'm an Aries myself. I just really like the optimism that's connected to the Fool card. It is a card of action. It is not slow by any means. Now, it does have a downside to it. The Fool, although it's optimistic, although it's very positive, sometimes it could do things without thinking them through. So if you think back to that Oracle card we had, then we start off with the Fool card. This card could be very spontaneous. So in this time, watch out for like urges, watch out for things that pop into your head and you're like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. Not even going to think about it. Like that could be an overarching theme for a lot of Libras in this time, where you might be, I don't want to say you're going to be acting out of pocket, but it's just an energy where it thinks and it does. It's just big action. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. Because it could go either way with that Fool card. Notice that little puppy dog is trying to stop him from walking off the cliff. But I always say cards are positive until the clarifiers tell us otherwise, right? Now, moving to the middle, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Very intriguing in this position. Another card similar to the Fool where it's fresh, it's new. A lot of potential, good possibilities here. It's a strong card of communication. I always say when it comes to aces, they represent offers and opportunities. I think I saw this one in the Aries reading this week as well. So it must be something about that Aries Libra axis happening. Now, the Ace of Pentacles to me, yes, it could be centered around work and business and money-making opportunities, of course, but it could be interpersonal as well. I do think of messages and talks when I get any of these, if it's not an offer of some kind. Now, that's great. However, there's a downside to this, just like with every card. Now, all aces, although there's so much potential in them, they're not a guarantee. So it's like, all right, well, if you don't meet the universe in the middle, or if you don't want this Ace of Pentacles, you don't have to take it. The universe isn't going to drop it in your lap. So there's something here about having to make a move to collect this, whatever it might be. So we'll just have to see. Like Ace of Pentacles, as with all aces, it's like limited time only type of vibes. So we will see. Now, moving to the center, I mean, unless it is just a talk or a message, which it very much could be, especially with this next card coming up. We got the Three of Cups. Beautiful. I always say this card to me gets a bit of a bad reputation, right? A lot of people see this and they're like, third party, third party, third party. And of course, all three cards could represent that. But to me, this is a card of happiness, joyousness, merriment. These people are celebrating something. It's a very social card. So if like you've been a little quiet, you've been a little secluded, this energy could be coming at you. Maybe you're getting a little scratch to go on an adventure or go socialize or something like that. I usually like this. So that coupled with this Ace of Pentacles, something could be here about a communication or a talk that we'll need to look at. Now, the Three of Cups, aside from wins and victories, which they most definitely can be, it does have its downside too. I mean, it could just represent someone you're connected to, right? Someone that's in your circle. So whether it's like a friend, family member, romantic partner, it could tell us how that person's acting or feeling. So we might get a little sneak peek into somebody. The downside of the Three Cups is that it can overdo it. This is a card of overindulgences. This is a card of, I don't want to say like habits and addictions and stuff like that, but it very well can be in its darkest sense. So when we have that very first card and we have the Fool card, the Ace of Pentacles, it's like an energy that could be going a little wild. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What is happening for the Libras? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Mr. Fool card. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, so what's happening here with the Fool? What is going on here? Okay. Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's one of your power cards. Okay, so there is something that you should approach it in a very structured way. Okay, I do think that this card could be a little bit of a caution, a little bit of a warning from Spirit. I'm not going to fully label it a warning just yet until we see what else comes up. But the Queen of Swords, that's one of your power cards. Okay. So again, it's not gender specific, but she's kind of the total opposite of this Fool card. They are complementary together though. So when I see the Queen of Swords, she's strategic, she's plan-based, very intellectual, very smart, very truthful. Whereas the Fool is very much happy-go-lucky and lighthearted. So it's like a yin-yang of energy I'm picking up here in the front. I think whatever situations you're dealing with, whether it's rough things, whether it's good things, whether it's new things, whether it's the same old, Spirit wants you to approach it in a very cautious way. Slow and steady. I think we mentioned that a little earlier in the reading as well. Because with her, she doesn't leave things to chance. When I see the Queen of Swords, she can be very stern, very serious, but she is structured. She's plan-based as well. And I'm not sure if I've seen this for you in recent weeks. There could be something here about someone that has a plan that they want to put in place. Could be you, right? Could be somebody else, but there's like, no, I got something up my sleeve here. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So it's like someone that's going to do something in a very structured type of way. Okay, that's the main vibe. So to me, again, the main messages before we move forward in reading, it's either Spirit telling you like, all right, be cautious. Don't, rush into anything headlong. Watch the urges in this time. But there is this strong underlying energy of planning going on. So whether it's you or someone else, let's keep moving. Let's see if we could get a little more information. So let's go in on the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see what's up. I'm glad that these energies don't seem to be at odds. Let's see what's up with that Ace. So why is it here? Really want to get to that Three of Cups too. Thank you. Huh. Okay. So we have the Five of Cups underneath this Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. Very interesting. So for some of you, I'm getting an intuitive feeling of like somebody venting. So for some of you, I don't necessarily feel like it's you. It could be someone that you're connected to that could be going through a pretty difficult time and they need to talk. It's like, I need to talk to you. I really need to. It's just giving me that kind of vibe. Either that or you want to get something off your chest. There's just a strong energy here of an important or serious talk going on, but it's more of like a vent sesh. So that's going to make this Three of Cups even more important. Five of Cups, River of Tears. Sure, we could say like, oh yeah, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Cups, yeah, that's like a false opportunity, but that's not how it's presenting itself to me. Notice how this person, they're a little gloomy. It's not the worst case scenario. They're just a little bit down in the dumps. So there is something here about venting. So if you yourself are going through a bit of a difficult time, maybe you just need someone to talk to, or maybe you need to talk to someone in particular and just, speak about it, talk about it. Either that or someone wants to talk to you. That's it. Like when I see this Ace of Pentacles, and watch out for people with, I don't want to say guilt tripping, because then that minimizes what someone might go through. But it's somebody where it's like they have a sad story to tell, or they might have a sad story to tell. So watch out for that in this time. Prepare yourself for it. Let's keep moving. Again, it's like a mixture, like that yin yang we were feeling in the beginning, where it's like, yeah, no, there's good energy here, but now I feel like a darker one too. So let's keep moving. This could be an important or a serious talk, but it very much feels like venting. I gotta talk about something. But let's go in on that Three of Cups, then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So what is happening here? Why is that Three of Cups in the mix for my Libras? Please. Let's see what's happening there. Thank you. Okay. So we do have this Nine of Pentacles showing up here in reverse. And this energy can be a little bit unpredictable, okay? So whether this is like a person you're connected, for some of you it could be, because usually the Nine of Pentacles, it's just very grounded, very abundant, very set in its ways. It's comfortable. It's like an independent type of energy. And with that in reverse underneath the Three of Cups, this could represent assistance. So again, for some of you, don't be surprised if someone asks for your help, asks for your opinion. Maybe you're going through something where you might need someone's opinion or assistance too. Any of those could really be the case. But with her in reverse, that grounded energy like flips on its head. whether this is like having a good time or someone going a little bit too wild. Okay, so I do feel like for some of you, the urges in this time, I'm not going to specify and tell you which ones, could be a whole variety of things, but it's like I'm feeling things I wasn't expecting to feel. Okay, so whether that's a person or you, it's like these feelings, unexpected feelings, surprising feelings. It's like, oh no, I wasn't expecting to feel like this. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. And it is very much up and down. I saw something similar in the Sagittarius reading this week. But there is something here about assistance too. So like, yeah, it's such a peculiar reading for you this week because there is like really good stuff. There's good stuff, but the underlying energy just, I don't want to say it feels wishy-washy, but it could get a little wild if you allow it to. That's just how it feels. But let's go through and do a quick recap, and we'll get into the shadow card because we do have strategy, we do have planning, but sometimes plans don't go according to plan, right? But if you look here in the box, position number 1, we have the Fool with the Queen of Swords. I did say that was the first little warning about the urges that we kind of picked up again on in the back. To me, it just feels very structured, or the need to be very structured. It could be somebody that has like a plan that they're putting into place or a plan in motion. Okay, so again, it doesn't have to be, it could be someone else. They're a lot more strategic than they may appear. But the vibe here is like slow and steady. Slow and steady. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Five of Cups in the upright. This does feel like an important or serious talk where either you really want to talk to someone or they really want to talk to you. It's like someone that needs to get something off their chest. I said it from the jump, it felt like venting, just like letting stuff out, letting it flow. So there could be a vent sesh of some kind. If not, there's just something that needs to be addressed. That's how it feels. So that's why the important or serious talk. Moving to the center, the back end, we have the Three of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Don't be surprised if people are asking for your opinion, your help, your assistance in this time. That's a big vibe. Maybe you're going through something, you need a second opinion. That could very much be the case. But the energy to me just feels a little wild. Like it feels like, you know what, screw this. This is boring. I'm going to go do this. Like there's this temptation that I'm picking up in your reading this week and urges. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, Libra. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for my Libras? What's in the shadows here? Thank you. Yeah, the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. That does kind of fit the bill with what we were seeing within the reading itself. Now, for a portion of you, this could be a very skeptical type of energy. So there might be a particular individual, particular situation where it's like, oh, I don't know how to feel about this. I feel a little uneasy. And maybe that's why we're seeing this up and down, because the Nine of Wands could definitely be that. This could be an energy that's like very protective, very tutorial, but territorial, not tutorial. It's not trying to teach you how to be territorial. But yeah, the Wounded Warrior, to me, it's just very skeptical. And it's like kind of building a wall around itself, and it's just being cautious. So it kind of fits the theme that we're seeing here, is like just slow and steady, nice and easy here. But again, some of you, there might be certain things that you're feeling very territorial about in this time as well. So keep that in mind. Could even be like feeling a little blocked. I don't necessarily think that's the big vibe here, but we're just going to leave it at that. Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The June calendar is open, so you can go check for availability. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could manifest something right now instantly, what would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.